everybody. We are on another episode.
Gang,
Legacy
gang,
Leaders
gang,
presents
gang,
Pops
gang.
Culture. We in the building. I got a special guest, Hashim, aka I'm Really Him.
Really
LaFon.
him.
Really
Take off the
him.
has. I'm him. Him LaFon.
From here on out, he's referred to as him, LaFon. I don't want to hear no has. Hashim has
No, I ain't no
changed
has.
to
I
him.
changed it. I changed it.
Has changed to him.
If Ye could take out Khan, I'm taking out has.
Right.
Yeah.
Fact.
Him.
Fact. Really him. Appreciate it.
I
Everyone,
man,
make sure you wipe your feet coming into the door. All that means is we don't ask for nothing but for you to listen and to share with one or two other dads. The podcast is what we do here. It's all about creating brotherhood and community and having fun doing it. So let's get to it. Tell me about yourself, man.
oh man.
Where you from? Married, kids, for people that don't
Okay.
know who you are.
Man, my name is Hashim LaFond. Um, I'm from Boston. I got the LaFond last name. My father's from Haiti. Uh,
Hey,
here's a little gem. My first name is Lionel. And ain't no my father's Lionel LaFond. And my name is Lionel Hashim LaFond. I didn't know my name was Lionel until somebody wrote it. They wrote my father's name, I thought, on my kindergarten artwork. And I was like, that's my father's name. Why'd you write his name? They said, no, that's your name. I said, you named me what?
that's me.
You named me you I went home, I was like, why'd y'all name me this old man name? Why'd y'all do this? I sound like an old nigga. Like, why y'all name me like this? This
Hey, you supposed to be one
Uncle
of them
Tom?
cats. You supposed to be one of them cats harmonizing on the corner.
Yeah, exactly. Lionel Richie and like this is the Lionel train, Lionel from Thundercats. I was pissed.
uh,
But
Lionel with five heartbeats.
right. So my mom's from South Carolina, and so clearly my English is just jacked up just growing up. Cause it's one
Between
man with
Boston
the
and South
accent.
Carolina and
Yeah, yeah,
Haiti.
yeah, exactly. I said nothing right. I didn't know till I got out of the house. Like, oh, you ain't so, y'all don't say it like that. Okay.
No, you're like me
But
though because I'm from Oakland, but my dad's from Nigeria. My mom's from St. Thomas, so it's
oh yeah, you
yeah.
got to relearn
My
everything.
accent's all over the place.
You got to relearn everything. But yeah. So fast forward, I was a quiet kid. Sucked my thumb all the time and drew pictures. That's some of my artwork in the back. So I just got real good at just drawing. As long as I didn't have to talk to people, I was just real shy. And my older brother, who named me Hashem, he named me this name. Um, it means the name. Um, it's it means God's name, but because Yahweh is too holy to say, so you say Hashem instead. Shem means name. Hashem means the name. Um, and I kind of carried that over to my kids' names. And I met my wife in high school. We were 15 years old. I told her that I was like, "Yo, what's up, girl?" I was like, "Hey, ma, what's up?" I hit her with that camera on. I hit her with that. Had my fitted cap. I had my 3X t-shirt with the jeans. I had my L1 sneakers on. I had on platinum
Yo,
FUBU. Not regular FUBU,
yes,
platinum FUBU.
platinum,
I was like,
platinum.
so I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said like three you know what I'm saying before I said hi. You know what I'm saying? You feel
I'm
me?
really, I'm really,
I
I'm
just
really fond of you.
yeah. I'm, can I have that? Can I have that? You can't use it in your I'm gonna say that. Watch it I go watch how I get in these drawings tonight. I was like, ran out of chapstick, but I'm really LaFondy, you know what I'm saying? Yes.
You can
But
keep that one. You can keep that one.
yes. So
That
I
one's
told her,
free.
yeah, I'm gonna have that. No, I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna definitely use it. It's in great hands. But yeah. So I met her in the school cafeteria. Went to art school. I was a visual arts major. She was a dance major. Um, and she gave me her number. I got the digits. I actually did. I got the digits. Believe it or not, I did. I did. 7 kids ago, and it's been 20 years since we've been together. Been married for 13 years.
Yeah.
That date anniversary, that's the one that really counts. I wrote it down on paper. Will you be my girlfriend? Check yes or check no, and she's checked or, and I was like, answer the damn question. I don't, I don't know why are we playing games with your future? And when I first, from the time I got her number, I talked to her on nights and weekends because that's when the phone was free for everybody that wasn't born in the 2000.
Shout out to
Yeah,
us new old heads.
yeah, yes, yes. So I would call. Actually, I would call at 8:50 because she had to be off the phone at 9. We talked for 10 minutes each day, and I had 10 minutes to get my Mac on, and we wrote down all the names of the kids that we would want to have, and now we have 7 kids. Um, no, not well. I'm sorry. The seventh one is about to be born.
Yeah.
May 9th is the due date. She was
Oh,
saying
May
yesterday.
birthday. Let's
Yeah, she
go.
was saying yesterday. Oh, I think I feel like my water broke. I'm like, tuck it in. Stop. Like, we still got some things to do. Like, don't play like that. Don't play like that. Tuck it in. Still hold it tight. Hold it tight. Stop acting like that. But yeah, my daughter's name is Anaya. Anaya Zariah. My two first daughters. My two sons, Yasir, Zaire, and Adonai and Yanai, my next two girls. And we're having a boy. We announced that we're having a boy. Um, and all their names mean something because my wife had endometriosis and she wasn't supposed to have children. That's the doctor said that she wouldn't be able to have children. And I was like, well, watch this.
Yo.
Watch this. Watch what this D
Yo.
do. Watch
Hey.
this. You know what I'm saying? And I was
Hey.
happy because I was like, yo, it works.
Bro,
It
how does that
works.
feel, bro? Cause I know like so
Huh?
like I don't
Oh,
know. I don't
ejaculation?
know. I don't
Oh man, it's amazing.
know.
Wait. I'm sorry. What's the question?
No, I'm saying it's like because I don't know, you know too, like my wife wasn't supposed to have kids.
Really?
Bro. So
Uh,
and right, we had basically 3 in 3 years,
okay.
right? In 4 years. So it's like that feeling of just like
Wait,
going
it was the
from
first night. The first like.
no,
Or
no,
was there
it
trying?
took
Was
us
there a time of trying?
there was a time of trying. There was
Yeah.
a time
Okay.
of trying, right? I would say almost a year,
I know
right?
the
And
community. There's a
we were
term for that
working through
though.
some stuff. We were working through some stuff, and then trying to figure out like because she has dealing with a hormonal condition,
Okay.
um, and that impacted heavily her infertility. And so as we're
Yeah.
working through that, again, it just literally just a miracle baby, and a lot of it was just like us just being like, you know what, we refuse to believe that this is going to be what it is, and we're about to switch our mindset and our energy and really start focusing on heavily on like what we want it to be.
Yeah.
And that first one was a miracle baby. But then what was funny about it is, or ironic about it is, her being pregnant and going through the pregnancy, because of the way the hormones work during the pregnancy, it actually rebalanced her. So that first miracle baby opened up a window of fertility because
Yeah.
then it reset her body like temporarily. And so that's
Uh.
why we were like, oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
get him out the way then. So that's how that happened.
You mean get him out?
That's
Get him out the way.
knock him out, shoot or shoot. You got 7.
Oh, you mean
What you
get the? Okay.
mean?
Okay. Okay. I thought it's gonna get real dark. So we had a miscarriage the first time, and
Yeah,
that was the excitement, and then it was so. I mean, yeah. So we thought like she had a pregnancy, like she set up a whole pregnancy announcement for me personally, and I was so happy about it. And then the bleeding happened, and then
yeah,
like it was a
yeah,
miscarriage. But then the doctor said there was only one of the doctors, not the doctor, but she was in the medical field, and she just consoled my wife and said every baby happens for a reason. So when you said get him out the way, that's what I thought you were saying about that first baby. So,
no, no,
no,
no,
no,
no,
no. I
no,
wasn't saying that. No,
no.
but no, but I mean that's the thing that I think that baby really prepared my wife's womb to have the next 7. And
Yeah,
I mean there was another miscarriage in between, but I make sure I'm more vocal about it because I didn't know about miscarriages. I didn't know that was a thing
for
until it
real.
happened to me. So I'm like, yo, why ain't nobody talking about this? Like, so I was big about it. I was telling everybody about
That's
what
what I'm talking about.
happened, and I realized how many people it happened to. So
Yeah,
when I realized how common it was, I was like, I'm not gonna shut up about this because you never know who's struggling to do this, and I want to make sure. I don't care. I'll tell our story. I know if I tell this story honestly, it'll help somebody else. Exactly how it happened. Because I think there's a lot of power in that. Um, so I think platforms like this are really important because it's a time to get relaxed and really talk about these things that are really important instead of like suffering in silence or thinking
Thank
that
you.
something's wrong with you, something's wrong with your spouse or whatever. But no, no, this happens, and we should speak up about it unless we just depend on strangers to tell us.
But that's the biggest thing, right? Like, I mean, that's the even reason why I have legacy leadership because the one thing I've noticed with a lot of us is
Mm.
that we are silently suffering, right? Like,
Yeah.
we internalize everything.
Uh huh.
And a lot of that happens from, a certain level of just conditioning and upbringing,
Yeah.
but then also just not feeling like we have that safe space. And so, like, what I realized before creating legacy leaders was that other guys that I'm really cool with, like you and other fathers, there were moments where I just decided to take that first step on having that conversation of vulnerability, talk about something really deep versus us just hanging out just to kick it.
Yeah.
And every time I took that step, the other dude was like, bro, oh my God, like I'm going through the same, or like I'm going like, and all of a sudden it just kind of like the walls, you can see the walls just kind of fall down. And
Yeah.
now we're both just so happy to be in a space where we can actually just talk about all the things that we were holding in. And then I started to notice that happen.
Yeah.
And I was like, I gotta do this more often with other people. And then it just happened over and over. And bro, every single guy was responding the same way. It was just like
Yeah.
you could just see like a weight, bro, just fall off. Like I finally have somewhere I can just let this
Yeah.
all out because I've been trying to push through, push through, push through, stay strong, stay strong. It's not that you can't stay strong, but like, bro, like we
Yeah.
gotta talk about these things. Like we
Mhm.
men are going through real stuff. Like there's a reason why men's suicide rate and men's depression rate is skyrocketing right now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like there has to be those real conversations that we gotta stop being scared to have because no one understands us better than us.
Yeah. And I think yeah, no, that's spot on. Um I mean, just to piggyback off what you're saying, I think sometimes we don't realize some things aren't our fault.
Yeah.
There's some things that we're not that's out of our control. Depending on whatever your upbringing is, like sometimes you think like, oh, it's like a part of the be a man, a part of it is to like take responsibility. But there's some things that you're not responsible for. There's some things that you don't have control over, and that's okay. Like there's some things you can't. That's not. You can do your best, but that's not. You
Mm-hmm.
can't solve that problem.
It's outside
But
of you.
yeah, but like the feeling of having our first child though, oh my God. When I found out it was a girl, that softened me. That did something to me. 'Cause at first I wanted a son. Like, yeah, I want a son. Yeah, yeah. I'm just supposed to have a son. And they said you're gonna have a girl. I was like, hmm, what you mean? I'm about to have a little princess? Going to be like a little girl I gotta take care of? Like what? Like it just softened me
Yeah.
up. I was like, oh my God.
Immediately.
Yeah, immediately. And I interviewed I not interviewed, not like actually any person I saw that was a kid. I mean any person that I saw that was a father and their child loved them, and I saw that their kid like really like was chasing after them, wanted to be around them. I was like, what would you do? How'd you get them like that? Like what would you? Why they like you so much? And I remember one guy was like, uh, one guy said, I took my daughter. We traveled everywhere. I took her to Disney World. I took her to Disneyland. I took her all over the place. But the only thing she really remembers is the times that I was pushing her on a swing.
Yeah.
I was like, what? You wasted all my money? No, like I just remember that she was just there. I mean, I remember. I mean, no, he said that I was just there. I still remember the times I was just there. So
Yes.
most of the time, all you got to do is just be there.
Yo.
I was like, that's it.
The presence of a father is insane, bro. Like it's insane. And to me it's on two different levels. Like the one of the things I've noticed I got all three girls. One thing I noticed is that, for example, the ability of my presence to create order in the midst of chaos. Like
Yeah.
if I leave the house and it's just my wife and the girls, no matter what my wife does, she can do everything in the book, by the book. These kids just when I'm gone, these kids go. I don't know. Like I honestly don't even know. Like that was actually one of the moments where I realized like, oh, I was a father. It was when my wife called me for the first time. I was like, talk to your father. And I was like, I remember my mom calling me and be like, talk to your father as a kid.
I'm like, wait, now I'm on the other end of this.
Yo,
I gotta talk to the kid.
what was
I was
what
like,
was that
oh,
like? What
I
was
was
that like
yo.
when your father talked to you? What was that feeling?
Staying scared. What?
Really?
What? If you got my father, listen,
Oh
call my
my,
dad right now. I'm like, yes, sir.
Really?
Everything's fine. Yes. No, I'm just doing this podcast with one of my friends where, yo, my dad, you have to say like my dad, you talking about Nigeria, old school Nigeria, like that was fear-based parenting.
Yeah.
There was no conversation. There
Do you
wasn't any,
do you,
we still
do
had
you,
fun in moments. And again, going back
yeah.
to what you're saying, I remember all those moments.
Do you
I
think
remember all of those. I remember all those small things. I remember
yeah?
all of those.
Do you think you needed that, or you think that was too harsh?
I think that I've learned for me to take the good of certain things,
Yeah.
and then the things that I felt that I missed are the things I wish I had. I've now incorporated that in addition to how I
Mm.
parent. So like with me with
Uh,
my kids, right? It's like they know like daddy doesn't play. Like they know
yeah.
that. Like okay, if your mom said something or I said something, okay, one time, two time, three time, whatever. And like with my discipline, I'm very strict on my philosophy of discipline of never coming from emotion. That's the one thing I was like, yo, I'm breaking that cycle, right? Especially like,
Yeah.
my mom loved my mom to death, right? But it was like my parents divorced when I was 2. And so there's a lot of single
Wow.
parenting in that, right?
Yeah.
And she's carrying a lot. And as a woman, it's just like, it's very difficult to separate the discipline from the emotion. But as a
Yeah.
kid, be on the receiving end, you're like, yo, like, you know what I
Uh,
mean? So as I became a father, I was like, okay, my discipline is strictly to help guide and teach my child. If I'm angry or if I'm irritated, I take a step away. I take a breather.
yeah.
I refuse to allow my emotions to override discipline or to be connected to my discipline. It has nothing to do with me.
Isn't the disappointed dad? Isn't that a tool too? Like he really like that. That hurts. Like you did that. Like you can use
Yeah.
that. You
So
can.
the
There's
conversation.
sometimes.
yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
No,
No,
that gets
Yeah.
that.
honestly gets my daughters more than anything. I'll tell them like, hey, like honestly,
Oh,
because I pull at their heartstrings. I'm like, yo, like, I asked you like twice, and you said that you're gonna cooperate with me, and now we're right back at here. I'm honestly like really disappointed in you. I thought we were a team. I thought
Well,
we
that
were
hurt
doing
me.
it.
Damn.
You see what I'm saying?
so
Yo,
my dog.
they'd be like, my dog start crying like that.
Hey,
I'm like,
Yo.
what? Just I'm like, yo, I'm trying everything I can. Like, tell me, like, what can I do to help you? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to be the best dad I can, and we got to get better at this. And I just help me help you.
Uh,
Daddy, just
see,
give me one more chance.
that
I'm like,
sounds
listen,
real.
I'm gonna give you, this is the last chance I can give you because, when does it stop? If I just keep on giving you all these chances, then we never grow, we never learn.
Right,
Right. So
man.
like my thing is with the communication is I'm like in coach mindset. I'm like, how can I'm trying to coach my kids up.
Uh,
But at the
I,
exact
I,
same time, I think one thing that people miss is also understanding that certain things are just simply just age appropriate too. So like I'm never gonna get
yeah.
upset at my kids for doing something age appropriate.
You said you won't discipline. What is it?
I try not to get upset at my kids at doing something that's age appropriate.
Okay, gotcha. That makes sense. That makes sense. I remember. So my parents they separated when I was like about 13. I didn't know
Hmm.
what to do. I didn't see it coming. I didn't see it coming at all.
I mean,
When
never
he
do.
moved, when my
They do
father,
such a good job.
yeah, my father moved out. He packed like 2 bags. I was like, "How long you been? How long you been planning this?" I was like, "Yo, what?" I'm like, he didn't come back for nothing. Like everything in the house was gone of his. Like he been like,
Hey,
no, time out.
he's been,
That first off, that shows you how simple men are. Like the fact that you pack up your whole life in 2 bags and like never come back. That really shows you
Never.
like
He
bare
hasn't been back
necessities.
since.
Bare necessities.
And so when I was about 15, I got caught at Janetta's house when she was my girlfriend at the time. We was caught doing watching cartoons. So so, so and my mother she her mother caught us and called my mother. That was the worst thing she could do. My mother, of course, reacted all emotions.
Yes.
As soon as I got home, she came behind, bap
Mm-hmm.
through something, hit me with something. I was like, oh. But I'm kind of satisfied with the hit. It's the cursing out that hurts. It's the curse. You son of a blah blah blah. And I'm like, why would you call me a son of a? Why would you like? Aren't you naming like? Aren't you calling yourself a? So, no, that's your daddy. I'm like, no, wait, no. But that's how she talked. That's where my sense of humor come from. But she called my father. She's like, I'm calling your father, and this is the first time I talked to him in a while
Yeah.
because since I was 13, like about 2 years, we didn't have a really good relationship. And I remember hearing my father on the phone. He's like, say something to your son. When I say this man was so proud.
Of course.
He, hello. uh, you did what? you know, son, you got to make sure you protect yourself. But in his voice, I never heard him so proud. He's like, my son just got some today. It was so good. so, so I mean, that's a different part where I'm realizing too. Like my mother was like the emotional, disciplinary. My father, I realized later on, like he talked so highly about my grandfather to the point where I thought they were together at all times until one time he talked about smelling his shirt. Like he had his father's shirt when he went to sleep and like would like the scent of it. I'm like, why didn't you just
Mm-hmm.
go smell him? Like, why didn't you go next to him? So I didn't live with my father. But he honored the man as if he was always there.
Yeah.
And so I think when I was a teenager too, I didn't think my father knew. I don't think he had the tools to do it at that point. Like the tools to raise a teenager.
Yeah.
And so it kind of like he's kind of treated me like kind of talked to me more as an adult at that point.
Right.
Um, but I think presence. I think presence with a father's presence really helps you to communicate with your kid. Because now your kids, your daughters can know how you feel about just the look on your face, like a shifted look. Not everybody gets that. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's so much. I mean, there's so many things that happen with our communities where we don't really have that. Like our family has been broken up, and that's I think with my career, that's what I really wanted to like shift and like. I mean, yeah, I'm an artist, but I really wanted to um, dedicate my any kind of skill or gift I had into showing to solving this problem that black families are broken. Um,
Yeah.
and I think that started with me like asking people questions or asking people that I see would have a strong marriage. I remember seeing this one guy back home. He was a pastor, and he has 8 children. And I heard his phone call with his wife, and they were laughing together, like laughing, like from his gut, like crying in tears,
Yeah.
laughing.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, y'all still laughing like together? Like y'all been together for like decades, like 40 something years. Like y'all really y'all still talk on the phone like that? I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
if marriage can be like that, I'd like that.
Then I want it. I want
Yeah,
that.
they had 8 kids and so like that was like my Michael Jordan at that point. That was like, oh shoot, like I want to ask him
Mm-hmm.
questions. I want to ask the kids questions. Like, what was it like? Like, what's it like growing up with a father like that? Like, how was it? Like, I'm trying to figure that out because I want my life to design. Like, that's the thing that we have as fathers. Like, we can complain about our parents or our grandparents or whatever, but really the responsibility, like we have a responsibility to like to change that. We have every tool imaginable. We have books written. We have podcasts. We have YouTube. Like we have all types of ways to communicate. Like there's really no excuse at this time to start a family and build a family. I mean, that's why I like talking to fathers, because you built something.
Yeah,
You built
that's what
you
we
built
do.
something. Yeah, you built
That's what
something.
men.
Like you you
Men.
you have children. You raised
I
up.
generally feel like men at their core, we are good when we are building and creating.
Yeah, right.
Like I feel like it's exactly that's what we do, right? And
Yeah,
then you have a partner that can help you cultivate and nurture what you build and create.
that helps, and
Like
and and, and that
like
will fill
and
in all the gaps,
you know what I
everything that you
mean?
don't have.
Yeah, yeah. Like you know what I mean? Like you could build a house, but you can't decorate that joint. Like
Yeah, it'll
you
be trash. It'll be
know
trash.
what I mean? You have two bags.
Yeah, I mean, I think
You
that
know what I mean?
that's
Like
what.
so it's
That's
like
one of the things.
it gets filled with the love and the home and all that stuff that like we can't naturally provide. You know what I mean? But at
hmm
the end of the day, so it's like that's what like man, like I'm telling people, it amazes me. I really give a hats off to both of my parents and them doing the best that they could because once I became a parent, I feel like a lot of issues that I had with my dad kind of went away because it humanized him,
Yeah,
right? Like growing up, I had so much anger and animosity because I put him on a pedestal of like being like, you're my father. You're supposed to like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
I had this concept of what he was supposed to be and what he was supposed to fulfill for me. And then when I became a father, I was like, I woke up the next day, I'm still the same. Wait, nothing about me changed. Like, I didn't get no superpowers. Like I can't
yeah,
shoot webs out my hands. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like I can't fly. Like I'm just the same me, just with a kid. And I gotta figure this out and do the best I can with what I have. And I'm like,
What?
oh, that's what my dad did. You know what I mean? Like I may
Yeah,
not have agreed with everything that he did, but he gave 100% of what he had. And
yeah,
that's what kind of like I was like, oh, you know what I mean? So wherever he fell short because like what like when I look at his experience with his father and I look at the things that he's gone through just in his life and how much he's overcome, but like with so little, I'm like, what was he supposed to how else was he supposed to go about this process? Like
yeah,
I really don't know. Like I'm like, yo, like pops, like honestly I commend you, bro. Like you didn't, you did the best you could. You still tried to like show up for me as much as possible. You still tried to communicate to me or whatever like that. There was effort. It wasn't like there was zero effort, but it was just like, okay, what was he really supposed to do?
hmm
You know what I
I
mean?
remember. I remember. I cried. I cried. I called each parent. I called one time and
Yeah.
cried. I was like, I was joking, but I was serious.
Serious.
I'm like, y'all didn't tell me that being an adult was this hard.
So hard.
Like I'm caring for people. Like everybody bring me their problems all day. Why you bringing
Non-stop.
the problem? Everybody bringing the problems. And but yeah, I was like, this is hard. Like this is really hard. And when you see people like really make it from that, like when people make something like they survive that, I think it's honorable. Like I see other fathers, I'll give them the head nod every time. Like give them, yeah, you
Yo.
did, like you're doing it. You're first of all, I see you're there. You're with each other. Like y'all figure it out from there. And I think with us having the wives, I think that's the I don't know how single fathers do it, but I I can't take full credit for all of this. I
No,
can't take
no.
full credit for because my wife she didn't have her father. Like we even found
Same.
we went to go find her biological um her paternal side. So I ended up finding it in 2020, finding her grandmother who had 14 kids in Alabama, and I was like 14. Like I thought it was me because she was the only child. I thought it was me. I thought it was no, it's you. You the
You're the
it's coming
one.
from your grandmother. I'm like, I need to meet this lady. But but one thing that she says to me about my kids is that they get to experience the father that I didn't have.
Yeah.
She crafted me into the father that she knew her kids needed. And so she's the one that kind of pulls me aside of like, hey, you're not spending a lot of time with that person. Oh, this person needs this from you. This person needs. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'll take. I mean, of course, I'll be like, man, I did this, but I can't. There's nothing I can say. There's nothing I can say. Like, no,
Nah,
I trust what you said.
take the
Let me go
feedback.
make that right. And
Yeah.
so, and it makes the relationship stronger when I go do that. Um,
Given the fact y'all been together, man, for so long and started from such a young age, which me and my wife been together for quite some time. But
yeah.
you're even ahead of me. Like my wife and I met my freshman year in college and been
Uh,
together ever since. You started from high
yeah.
school. How have you guys like evolved through like all the different stages up until
Oh, it sucked. Not sucked, but
today?
but like the early ages of like becoming from a teenager to turning 21,
I mean,
21 year old me to
to
15-year
now.
old me is completely
I'm saying
different.
to now.
Yeah, but like
But
it's
like
a daily
you're
thing.
breaking it up. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a daily thing. Um, uh, we were engaged when I got engaged to her on my 21st birthday because I thought that would be the biggest way to surprise her. Like you never expect me to do this on my birthday, but but and then I remember breaking up shortly afterwards. Like we were engaged for a long time, and we broke up, and we got back together, and we got married. But I remember, like, I mean, not remember, but like one thing that's constant right now is that we have to choose each other every day. It's not. It's I can't. I'm not with her because we have history.
Yeah.
Just to add another year. Like no, that's not. No, and also I communicate with her like, listen, if there's a time that you don't want to be with me, don't fake it.
Yeah.
Like let's call it quits here. Like let's. But I I'm honored that she would choose me every day, and I would choose her every single day. And I learned that loving somebody isn't loving them just because of what they've done or what kind of history you have. Loving them is like I'm gonna love you through this. Like you're 8 months now. You're not feeling your best self. I'm gonna love you. That. What do you need from me? What do you need from me to make you feel your best? Like to make you not even feel your best, make to make you your best. What do you want? I went. There's a pregnancy craze. I went to McDonald's, Starbucks, ordered smoothies. All this for one meal. This one this one meal today. But I knew she had a craving. But I want to show her like, no, I care about those. I care about the
Yeah.
cravings too. I care about what do you have a taste for right now. I care about fulfilling that right then and
Yeah.
there. I could have easily been like, hell no, 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 you good. But like little things like that of like, this is something that gives her pleasure at this point. It's not like I'm talking about sex, but I'm actually talking about breakfast. It gives her pleasure at this point. Pleasure at this point. But that's something I want to give to her. And so it's just really just two people trying to outlove each other. Oh yeah, well I'm gonna love you better than that. How about you? And that's the battle. And also when you bring kids into the situation, then you don't. Sorry, text message. Um, but now you bring kids into it. Now we don't have time to argue. 'Cause I think when we argue, the kids get neglected.
Yeah.
We're so caught up in our feelings and how we feel, who's right.
It's
The
taken away
kid,
from the other job.
yeah, the kids are like, "Yo, what's to eat?" Like, y'all figure this out. Where we go? Who about to help me with this math homework? Figure this out. So you
Yeah.
got to. So kids kind of help you, kind of like get it together real quick. Our arguments be real short. Like, shut up! No,
But
you
not
shut up.
everybody's like that though. That's not normal though. You guys, what you describing right now is not normal. Like a lot of
It's,
people, I feel like a lot of people like they'll be like it's just an L for everybody at that point.
we're
So
20 years
what?
in, so we're
That's what I'm saying.
but we're married like old people are married. Like
Exactly.
for this generation,
Yeah.
like no, there's
Yeah.
no
That's,
generation
that's,
that
that's,
really
how,
has this law.
that's how I want you to say it because I understand it.
Yeah,
I
because
understand what you're talking
the way,
about. But there's
yeah,
people who like they got kids, but they only been married for like 5 years. You know what I mean? Like
nah, like we have a very
it's yeah,
it's a very
yeah,
old school. Like you can compare it to like the 60-year-old, 70-year-old. That those people like that's like walking in the park, holding hands.
yeah,
That's us.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
I don't I don't. We be watching these reality dating shows. I think the relationship sucks. Like you can't tell me after 2 days, oh yeah, I'm in love with this, with that.
No,
Put the bills in front of them. Like
yeah.
put put
Hit
sickness.
him with heavy hitters.
Yeah, yeah.
Hit him with them heavy hitters.
Put health as an obstacle. Put
hmm
put homelessness out there. Let's try that.
Come on now. Come
Like,
on
all
now.
right, okay, you just ran out of gas. How do y'all deal with, like, you get what I mean? Like, let's put some real life situations in
Little
there.
stuff. Little
Like,
stuff.
I don't care about the cute pictures on vacation. What that home look like? What that?
Yeah.
But that's the real relationship of it. It's not just like something you see on Instagram or TikTok. Like, no, I want to see the work, and you can see it. You can see it how it's obvious. You can see when somebody don't like. You can see when a couple don't like each other. We can.
But I feel like because of the relationship that you and I have,
Uh,
right, with our wives and how it was created, we definitely can see. Cause
yeah.
we
Oh
know
yeah.
what it's supposed to, like, you know what I mean? Like we know,
Yeah.
that, cause then, for example, when they see the 60-year-olds walking through the park holding hands and being sweet, they
Yeah.
think like, oh, they just been on cloud nine for 60 years or for 30, 40 years. You and
No.
I, like, we look at them like Vietnam war vets. Like
Yeah.
they've been through
Exactly.
some things and
Exactly.
survived it together. Like we
Right.
know the truth.
Right. Exactly.
We're like, hey, good job, guys.
Yeah.
Keep
And
going strong.
I love it.
So
Like
proud of you. I
like
salute.
those are
Hey,
goals.
I
Those are
salute
goals
you.
to me. Like those are goals to me.
Yes, yes.
It's not.
It's real work. It's real work.
It's not the cute
Like
pictures. It's
my wife and I talk about this all the time. Is like there's nothing that's gonna happen in our relationship at this point without intention.
hmm. Explain that.
Like things don't just like happen just because anymore. Like in order for me us to have the relationship that we desire, right? Like you meet somebody and like you're on your high and everything like that. Like first couple of months or maybe even a year, whatever. Like things just be all lovey dovey and like there's really no effort into it. Like it just kind of just you're riding that wave. But when you, like you said, when you get hit with all those real life stuff,
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
Right.
Okay, now it's like I gotta focus. I gotta buckle in. I gotta really like, okay, every step is like I'm strategic now.
Yeah.
So it's like including the relationship. The relationship becomes like, okay, I'm very strategic on creating a space of communication. I'm very strategic on if I'm not working on intimacy doesn't happen, right? Like
Yeah.
everything, like all these different things, bro, like time with each other and all these other stuff and like, you
Yep.
know, not allowing the roles of mom and dad to just completely just take over. And now you're just roommates taking care of kids. Like
Yeah.
that, which happens to a lot
And
of people
they get
because you're not
sarcastic.
intentional though. But you're not intentional. You're not trying, like you want it to be different, but you're not working on making it different. So what do you expect is going to happen? Like you're not gonna just wake up tomorrow and all of a sudden have like this beautiful marriage, bro.
Yeah.
Like, come on, wake up.
One, two of the things we don't do that's controversial. One of the things is we don't tell each other no regarding sex, and number two is we don't do sarcasm. So I don't know what platform it is. I don't f with sarcasm. Like
Yeah,
no, that there's a time to communicate. Like don't be passive about it. Say exactly how you feel. Say exactly
yeah,
if you need the time, you need me to help you figure. I can't. I got a whole. I can get offended. Like we can both get offended, but the reality of it is offensive. So what? Like
yeah.
I need to tell you exactly how I feel. I don't like that you did this. I don't like this person. I don't like. It's. I'd rather be really upfront because we're building the marriage that we really desperately need.
Thank you.
Like so. This is what I need from you. Are you able to do this? I mean, that's stuff that you talked about before you get married, but also when you're married too, is a reminder. Like, hey,
It doesn't.
my
The conversation doesn't
expectation was
stop
this.
just because you got married.
Yeah, my expectation was this, and that's why I don't understand when married couples don't. They're like, we don't argue. How do y'all agree? Like, what do you mean? Like, y'all just agree all the time? Y'all just
No.
agree and just passive about it? No, we're intentional about agreeing. I won't. It's intentional to the point where I won't spend $1 at 99 cent store, RIP. I won't, Dollar Tree, RIP. It's $7 tree now. But I won't spend $1 somewhere without calling my wife and be like, hey, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
Do you really need that? I think I do. I really need that. Why you don't think I need it? I mean, I don't know. Oh, you're unsure about it? All right, if you're unsure about it, I won't do it now.
Yeah.
Like it's little things like that. Like if I take that dollar and then that's something different because if I'm making a decision or a financial decision that's much bigger, that's more the thing. If we don't agree on it, I know agreement is power, if we don't agree on it, if one of us kind of on the fence of it, I won't make the decision. Because my wife makes me feel like I'm making the decision, but I'm consulting her and respecting her of what she wants too. Because I'm like, I'd rather rule and reign with you than just to be by myself.
Yeah.
Like
Listen,
I rather be in partnership. I mean, every most of the things we do, we have to sign an agreement for. Whether it's a lease, whether it's like a car, whether it's
yeah,
a house,
yeah,
but we won't have an agreement in our own home. So that's my thing. Like, hey, I want to. Here's what I expect. Here's our agreements. Like, can we agree? Every hour of the day, we're trying to figure out how can we agree.
yeah.
I'm about to put this
And
amount of gas
I
in the
think
car. Is
that's
that cool?
bro. I think that's the biggest thing is the misconception of marriage with kids is that you have to understand that your relationship with each other directly impacts your relationship with your kids.
Yes, and
Right? Like some people try to like separate that and be like, okay, we're not cool, but like I'm still doing a good job with the kids and you're still doing a good job with the kids. And it's like,
those
even
kids
if
are
you think
playing
that,
you. Those
no,
kids are
listen,
playing you.
even if you think that, right? Even if you think that, the reality is if you were to actually work on your relationship with each other, you would automatically start to see a change with the kids.
Right. It sounds
Like
drastic.
that myth would be dispelled anyways, because it's like, okay, even as that's like two co-owners of a business trying to run the business and they hate each other.
Right.
Like, what do you think is having to like versus you have two co-owners that actually can communicate and constantly daily find cohesion with each other to run the business. Like, which
Yeah.
business do you think is going to be better? Like, that's common sense. But for
Yeah.
some reason, I find there's this culture of trying to segregate those two things and feel as if, you know, I can completely be with this person and not be working on us being optimal, right? And just allowing it to go ahead and continue to be mediocre. But you know, we're doing great raising the kids.
Yeah. I won't let these kids mess up my marriage. It's us against them. I'm dead serious. Like, if they ask me something like, "Hey, can I play the PS5?" What your mother say? I'm gonna what your mother say, nigga. Because you ain't gonna stop me from what I got going on tonight.
Hey,
What your mother
hey,
say? Because I wanna agree with her
hey,
on
yeah.
whether you could do this
She
or
ain't about
not.
to be mad at me because of
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Like, oh, like, how bad you want to play this PS5? Oh, you want to play real bad? Did you do everything your mother told you to do first?
Yes.
Like, did you do the chores? Did you are the dishes done, or is your room clean, or is this? Did you clean after the dog? Did you do this? All right, cool. But that's like it helps my marriage. And the thing is too, they respect it too. And my
Yeah.
door's locked. Don't try to unlock my door. You will be traumatized. Don't don't do that. They know, like, hey, listen, if we don't spend this time together, y'all gonna see us on alternate weekends.
Yeah.
If 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 we and Molly
No,
don't spend
facts.
time together, then this whole house gonna break. It's gonna split in half. It's breaking
Everything's
down.
gonna fall apart. Like
So
your guys'
that's
lives, as you know, is gonna literally crumble.
yeah, and also too, I probably like them because of their mom. Like, if I, you ever you ever get so mad at the mother that you don't want to see her kids? Is that me? Is that just me? Is that just me? Like, I'm not the type that would be like get mad at my wife in the middle of an argument, or a little short argument, and then take a kid with me and go somewhere. Nah, nah, I'm leaving. I'm leaving all you. Don't forget where I came from. My father left already. I will take my two bags and bounce. But that's a serious conversation.
That's a serious
It
conversation.
sounds like I'm joking, but this is a real life. This is a real.
No, it's real.
Like,
Them
most
conversations are
relationships,
real.
most marriages are on a like it's a thin thread. It's a beautiful thread, but it's thin.
Yes, it's thin.
It's very thin. It takes a lot of care. And I mean, there's an old Bible story, like when they had the Tower of Babel. There was a group of people that tried to build a tower to go up to heaven, and and um and then God saw it and was like, you know what? I'm going to confuse their language.
Yeah,
He said, because if they can agree together, then there's
you
nothing
can
they
do
can't
anything.
do. They can do anything.
Yep.
Like nothing. Like they were doing something bad. They're about to do something
and being
stupid.
great at it.
They're
And
doing
being
something
great at
stupid. He
it.
said,
And being great at
he
it.
said if they agree, they're gonna like, well, they're gonna make it to heaven. Like, what are you saying? So that I took that as a principle of like, oh shoot, if I can agree, like
Yeah,
nothing's impossible. So I don't let them stop my agreement with her.
yeah,
I don't let them like no, because there's no way we're gonna go separate ways. Like that, there's no way we're gonna go. We're gonna have a disagreement on something. And also there's so many tools to communicate now that our parents didn't have. We have FaceTime. Our kids were like, my kid asked me like, we were at a hotel in Vegas, and my kid looked at a phone like, what's this?
mm-hmm,
The cordless phone, like, what is this? I said,
mm-hmm.
it's a phone. They're like, where's the screen? Like, we didn't have screens growing up. No, wait, y'all had to talk to each other without looking at each other? But like, but let's think about the day. Let's think about the day. We got good morning text. We have thumbs up. If you don't even have to respond, you got hearts. We got emojis. We're communicating
Emojis.
all day. FaceTime.
Yeah, yeah,
Like, hey, you get what I sent you on Instagram? Did you get that
yeah,
TikTok I sent you? We've
yeah.
been communicating all day long. You had plenty of time to flirt, to whatever, to communicate, to get to the middle of the night, whatever. But I want to have a fun marriage. I want to have a successful marriage. I want to have a sex-filled marriage. Like this is the type of marriage I want. I want to succeed with my kids. I want my kids to be people. I know later on they're gonna run the companies that we start. I want to
Yeah.
teach them everything. We go to the bank. I want to show y'all what we're doing. Or if I'm writing a book,
Yeah.
I want you to help me edit it. Or what you think about this? What you think about this? Or if I'm making music, or if I'm making a film, I'm always involving them because this is the family business. I think that's one of the
Absolutely.
things too. Like, look at the most successful families. Their families,
That's family.
their last
That's it.
names.
They're families. Yeah.
Every successful business is a last
Yeah.
name.
Yep.
That's why our company is House of LaFon. My last name is greater than my first. People will remember every last name instead of the first name. I want the
You,
LaFons to be that.
you're
And
a
if,
real legacy leader.
thank you. You tied that into your brain. Look at this. That
You're
was
a real legacy
smooth.
leader.
That was smooth. That was smooth. You used to be coming up with these titles and all these fly names and starting these fly companies and stuff. I see that. I like that.
But how about what about you?
What about me? What do you mean? What about me? What's the
So
question?
we got the kids, we got the marriage. What about you? How do you take care of you amongst all these things? You got the wife, you got the kids, you got the businesses, you have all these different things that you're managing. How do you manage you? How do you take care of you so you can do those things at a high clip?
I tell them. I explain to them like, hey, listen. I really explain to them. I'm tired of y'all. I spent all day with y'all today. I've been working from home. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't want to see y'all today. And Janetta, I'm gonna need some time to miss you. I've been solving all your problems all day. I need to leave.
Yeah,
I'm going. Where you going? I don't know. I'm about to get in that car. I'm about to drive. I'm gonna find something. I'm gonna listen to some podcast. I'm about to go. I gotta go read. I need to read a book. I need to go pray. Or if I'm really heavy, if something really heavy on my heart, and after I like took everybody's problems, I'm like, I need to go. I need to go bring this before God because I can't hold this in. I need to go. This. I need to write this down. I need to pray about it. I need to read. I need to research something, or I need to do something about our situation. And so I think that's the time where I have that solitude, because me painting, I'm not alone on that. That's a spiritual thing for me. It's a very therapeutic thing. Or if I need to go, I mean, also my a lot of my relationships, my friendships, all that, they're all um I wouldn't say professional relationships, but like if I'm creating something, let's just say you have an idea for a painting or something like that. I'm like, all right, cool, that's a collaboration at that point. It's not a commission; it's a collaboration. I love collaborating with other people outside the house too. I mean, that's
yeah,
my thing. Where Janetta, my wife, her thing is like her thing is family,
family.
family, education, um, Like this is really the mature. Like this holding the house down, decorating. That's her thing. My thing is let's go get it. Like I want to go get it with other people that have that same mindset. Like you, like all right, let's say I go out there and I'm taking one of my drives. I just need to be away. I see you like, oh, I need to get away too. All right, let's go build something.
Yeah.
Cause I think my purpose is best fulfilled when I'm making something. I need to like so me my outlet is creating something. I don't care what it is. So I wanna work towards something. I love that satisfaction of looking at something and being like, oh man, that was good. I made that. That was we made something.
I'm
Um,
so glad you
so it's
said.
a
Oh, good,
cycle.
good.
So it's a
Yeah,
cycle, and that's something that feeds our family still.
yeah.
I don't like to just chill. If we were to go out like, yo, let's just chill. Like, what are we
Mhm,
doing? Like, what are we building?
mhm,
What are we making? What are we working on?
mhm.
Nothing. We just chilling. Like, chill and what?
Yeah, yeah.
Cause I don't have the time. Like, I realized like I'm really looking at the lifespan of like how long we live on this earth.
Yeah.
Like, let's factor in health. Let's factor in. All right, we got 120 years, and there's health. Like, do you really want to live to 120 years? Do you really want to be that 120-year-old? Like, do you really want to be that? Or when time do you have energy? Like right now, this is the time I have energy to do things, or this is the time I have the energy to do it. I have my family that depends on me. I have my
Mhm.
family that really like depends on me with their emotions, their feelings, the way they're gonna eat, the way they're gonna have shelter. That's really important to me. I can't neglect that. So my thing is, what are we doing? What are we building? Because that's what I love. That's what I get off of. That's
Yeah.
that's my that's my being of like just of doing and everything I do. I want it to please God. Once I please God, I'm like I know He's gonna bless it. He's gonna bless me. He's gonna bless my family. I know He's taking care of everything. So that's my thing. I wanna see how I can help others, and I think my purpose is best fulfilled on a team. So I like teaming up with people to do things, and I don't. The Boston mentality is like merely every man for himself. Everything. That's the. I mean, that's the thing I kind of seen. I've noticed.
Mhm.
But I noticed when I came to California, it was more of a collaboration thing. Like if you look at film credits, it's like 200 or 300 people on there, the collaboration on that one project. And so for me, that's what I like doing. I like doing collaboration with people. I like just fulfill using every last one of my gifts because I don't want to just be in heaven being like, man, this is all the stuff that you could have done in this time on earth, but you wasted it chilling.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for real. I think I talk about that a lot, and even in creating legacy leaders, a lot of that came from me being around certain environments with other men, particularly fathers and husbands. And, it was like, okay, cool. We want to go ahead and get away from our wives and get away from our kids and whatnot. But like, just chilling, bro, just to chill. I was just like, or even just like the type of conversation. Like, even though we're chilling, it was the type of conversation was just like, we're just complaining at this point,
Yeah,
and there's nothing changing, and we're just gonna run back to the same situation, and then just create this cycle, and then like I'm younger, right? Like you understand, it's like when you experience, I've already experienced 10 years, going on 11 years of marriage at a young age. So like, I'm looking at these guys, but as a result, like because of my lifestyle, I hang out with a lot of guys who are older than me. But like I'm looking at it like still from a young man's perspective, of like, okay, if my life's gonna be like this for the next 30 years, bro, I'm not okay with that.
right.
Like
Yeah,
that doesn't work for me. So like now, like for me, I've learned that not I've learned in creating being a legacy leader myself for the brand and the mindset was we are our best as men when we are both when we get together, but to do something.
right, right.
Right.
And
So
if we're
you
not
have
doing,
different stages, right? You have different stages. Like there's guys who are just in isolation and they're like, I don't have no space, I don't have no community, I don't have no outlet. Then there's the guys who are like, okay, cool, I have an outlet, but my outlet is really just to escape my life. And this is where I get into the topic of like, what is self care like for a family man? Because for self care to me for a family man isn't taking a break. Because as a family man, my value is based upon my ability to be useful. So like, if you think about like an axe, right? Like an axe, if I put the axe down and don't use it, and I quit chopping wood, I just put it down, that doesn't do anything for the axe.
Yeah.
Right? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What does it, the self care for an axe would be to polish it, to sharpen it.
Right.
That's self care. So why? So that when it goes back to chopping wood, it can do it and do it better. So that's my thought process. Like, okay,
Yeah.
how can we get together? Right? How can we get together? Because we need to be around other brothers.
Yeah.
But in addition to that, how can we get better? Let's do something. Let's build something. Let's create something. Let's collab. Hey, bro, what are you working on? What are you trying to build? What are you, wait, are your job? Okay, cool. This guy knows this guy knows that. And like, now
Yeah.
we're like taking that energy and then you take that same energy back to the crib. It's like, bro, you're a completely different person.
Right. And you apply that same thing to the family that you've built.
You apply the exact same thing to the family. Now you're sharpening the axe. And to me,
Yeah.
like self care for us is sharpening the axe. And nothing sharpens the axe more than iron sharpening iron. But it
Right.
has to be two guys who understand, like, if you and I get together and we kick it, number one, we're gonna laugh our asses off. That's number one.
That's
But
fact.
number two is also kind of like, hey, like, yo, like, what are you working on? What are you working on?
Yeah.
How can I support you? Like the mindset is, how can I support you?
Right. Right. Yeah. Iron sharpens iron. So yeah, and the critique. I think that's the great
Yeah.
thing about men. That we can. I think there's some. I grew up being teased. I like being a teaser. Like I like playing.
Mm-hmm.
I like I like snapping. I like this. I like because there's some truth in it. Like if you
Yes.
go outside and your outfit's trash and I don't say anything, I feel irresponsible. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sharpening this. I'm not. This my iron. I'm not sharpening you. Like this is like you think this is cool. Like or you come back and you're talking trash about your wife. I'm like, yo, you talking trash about her to me?
Yeah.
Like this one thing. One thing I learned from my father, like this little subtle thing. He didn't have it down pat, but one of the things that he had down. One time I called to complain about my marriage. One time I was like, "Man, she's getting on my nerves. She's doing this. She's doing that." He said, I should. Hey. Go make up with your wife because I can't give you what she can give you. I can't solve your problem. Go work it out with her.
Yeah.
We can talk later. Like, but that was the best advice I had ever had in my life.
Yeah.
Like, like go work it out with her. I can't give you what she can give you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's. I mean, listen. That's why I don't like. I mean, to chill with guys and not do anything. I'd rather be at home getting my sick done.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, it's also, I mean, facts. I can't, facts. But the thing is also just understand like the mindset is different, right?
Yeah,
Because what he passed down to you in that short snippet was changing from a victim mindset, which I see a lot with men, right?
yeah,
Dealing with family, marriage, kids, work, everything. The victim mindset to like the legacy leader mindset, right? Of like I'm actually in charge of what's going on in my life.
right. Big facts.
Right. So when he's teaching you, it's like, hey, no, you are leading your legacy. Go lead that. Go like what you want? What do you want?
Yeah,
Yeah, go handle it.
he's
Something's
like
wrong with
straight
it.
up.
Okay, cool. Go handle it.
I don't have a vagina. Like this. Why are you trying to make up with
Yo,
me and be mad at her?
is it
This doesn't
yo
make
like
sense.
whatever you're telling me, go tell her.
Yes, yes.
Like, why are you telling me? Go tell her.
Mm-mm.
Go tell her all those things that you want fixed.
Right.
I can't fix it for you. That's what I'm saying, right? Like,
Why
you're
are
gonna
you
go back to
telling
the
me?
same problem. You're going back to the same problem, and then you'll come back again next week,
Yeah.
rehashing the same story. We're gonna do this for what the next 30 years? Nah, man, go fix that.
Right.
Go handle that.
That's like you talking trash about your best friend to me. I'm like, dang, like you have no loyalty. Like, why are you telling me this? Like,
Hey,
you can't be trusted with
and
anything.
that's your best friend?
Yeah, like yo, I can't imagine what y'all
What am
talking.
I?
Yeah,
Yeah, like what do you say
all
about?
type of stuff about me. People complain like people like women be complaining about their husband. Yeah, I hate him and this and that. I'm like, You carry his last name. Like, what are you, like, you're a terrible
Yeah.
representation of his name. Well, yeah, but like, no, don't, like, you have the power to do that. Or, if not, don't do it. Separate. Like, I think it'll be easier at this point. I mean, it'll be
Yes.
better for both parties. It'll be better for your mental health. It'll be better for mental health and physical health. Like, because they, there's only so much you can be stressed out before you become sick. Like,
Yeah.
this is not a healthy environment for you to leave. I think I strongly believe that. And listen, family is a lot of work, and you can't half-ass it. The kids will feel. Everybody will know.
Boom. I think that's. I'm gonna leave it at that. We're gonna leave it on that.
Yeah,
That's great.
but yeah, we put ourselves in a position, um, no matter how we got into it, whether any kind of desires or whatever we had, but you ended up in a place where people are really depending on you to learn how to be a person.
Yes.
And if you take that lightly, you're a terrible human being, and you shouldn't be in that position. Somebody else should be. So I think father, I think that as a title I mean, that's what I use as who I am. I say I'm a father, I'm a husband. I do some other fly stuff on the side, but that's it's really for them. But everything else I do, that's those are the titles that I can't. I'm replaceable at work. I'm not replaceable at home.
Yeah. No, not at all. Whew, that's a bar. Hey, that's a bar.
It's a heavy conversation. We listen. There's some things I probably said that kind of violated. There's some things that probably shouldn't be aired. But so what? It's gonna help somebody.
No. So
It's gonna
what?
help. It's gonna
It's
help
gonna help
somebody.
somebody.
Yes. But this, I only know how to be honest. I only know how to be real about it. And it doesn't serve anybody if I lied or I sugarcoated it. No, this is exactly what it is. And I respect fathers. I feel a type of way about people that that didn't invest into making a family with their little cute sneakers on and stuff. Like you didn't do anything. Like you have nothing. my,
That's
my,
that's 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 money for dance school right there on your
right,
face.
right, right. Yeah, exactly. As my father would say, "You're a dead man." I'm like, what?
Yo,
He's a dead man. Like you're not leaving a legacy. There's nothing. There's nothing you have. Like you're a dead man.
yeah.
But it sounds harsh, but if you
But the
look at it in the
reality,
long term,
but the
yeah,
reality, what did
you
you
should
pass
it
down?
should
What did you do with your life?
you should at least be
Right.
building a business or something.
Yeah. Like your life
Something.
is as a man, it is your responsibility to create your best self, and in creating your best self will never involve doing anything only for you.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
And I
It's
also
impossible.
I get being uninspired or unmotivated,
I don't.
but 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 give yourself like 48 hours and you'll get over it.
No.
Like
I
feel how
think
you
I
feel for
think
48 hours, but after
yeah.
that, after hour 48, y'all, you better come up with something.
I feel that your pain is your purpose. So I feel like if you're trying to escape, this is what we were talking about earlier. It's like if you're trying to escape whatever is wrong, then yes, you can be uninspired. Yes, you feel like you don't have any purpose. You feel like you don't have any direction.
Yeah.
But if you realize that like nothing in life is that has value is easy, that means like you creating the best version of yourself as a man requires adversity. It requires things
Right.
that are hard. And so anytime something comes in your life that is hard or hurts, like you can't tell me, oh, I don't know where to go. Go to that. That's
Pa-
exactly where you need to go.
Pause.
Like, yeah. But like that's I wish this was in person so I could throw this water ball at you.
Throw that at your phone. Throw it at the screen.
but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Like,
get you. Yeah, like
yo,
you
if
know,
you,
you train, you weight train.
yeah,
Lift light weights the whole time.
it's not gonna
Where's
listen.
the
It's gonna be
challenge?
uncomfortable.
Where's
It
the
has to
challenge?
get uncomfortable. You want to be the better version of you. You gotta get used to doing hard things, right? Guys like, oh man, like dealing with this family stuff is so hard, it's so stressful. Okay, get better at dealing with stress.
Yeah, I
Figure out how to manage it. What man? I'm saying like if you envision yourself as being a man that can handle all these things, right, in a more efficient and more fulfilling way, what does that man look like? And after they answer that, I say, okay, cool, now go be that guy.
yeah. Or
Done.
because I think one of the things a lot of men result to is cheering for other people that are doing it.
Yeah,
Like, oh yeah, LeBron James, go
yeah,
ahead, do that. But like you're just sitting there watching this man work hard.
exactly.
Like that should inspire you to do. Like I love that Jordan documentary where they said Jordan was better at his job than anybody else was at their job.
Right.
Like you seeing somebody doing their thing should inspire you to do your thing. Because I think we can
Yeah.
all do our purpose here on earth with no overlaps.
Hmm.
Like me doing my thing isn't taken away from you doing your thing. It should only help. Like you get
If
what I mean?
anything,
Or if we're doing the same thing, you should get
do it
better at
better.
your thing. You get what I
Yeah.
mean? Like I
Yeah.
think competition is healthy. I love
Exactly.
competition. I try to tell these kids like, yo, you're not first, you're
Shout out the
last.
big three.
If you're not
Shout
first,
out
you're
the big three.
yes. I try to tell them like, no, listen, y'all, you ain't that good at it. You're gonna have to do a lot of work
Get better. Get better. I don't know what to tell
because
you.
that they know like the culture here is don't ask me unless you want to know the truth. If you want me to decorate or whatever, go ask your mom. But if you want to know the hardcore truth and how you can improve, come here. I'll tell you. So
Yeah.
they'll come and tell me if they really want to be critiqued, and they'll go back and they'll make it better. My father, when I was drawing things, and I drew a portrait of him, he was like, "It's not me. Do it again."
But
I'm
hey,
like, "Hey,
that's
I got you
good.
this gift. You got your receipt? Go take it back. Save your money. I didn't like it. It's 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 not wasting my time, is what it's what it is.
Hmm.
We can talk about the people before us, like it didn't make us who we are, but now I needed that.
It did.
I needed
It
that.
did. It did. No, 100%.
I
Like
need. I
the way my father was with me, if I look back at it, I wouldn't be me without it. And I love me.
yeah, yeah. And the more you love you, the more you can love the people around you. If you hate yourself, you gonna have a hard time. You have a hard time in any type of relationship
Yeah.
because yeah, I mean, listen, love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. That assumes that you love
100%.
yourself. Like you can't.
That's
I,
that is
I
assumed.
yeah, like yeah, yeah. As soon as you love yourself, if so, I can't.
Hmm.
I don't love my wife more than I love me.
No,
You know, how would I know?
no.
How would I even know?
The way I love my family is the overflow of self love.
Right. You can
You see what
see
I'm
in
saying?
somebody.
Like the
Yeah.
way I love my family is the overflow of self love.
Right.
And the way I love myself, I learn from how God loves me.
Yeah. So you over there like, man, I got all this love in me. I gotta go give it to somebody. Somebody gotta feel this. Man, they feel it. It's real.
They feel it,
You
right?
can't pour from an
So
empty.
I'm never, you can't pour for, I was about, you took the word
Yeah,
out of
you
my mouth.
can't.
Go
You
ahead,
can't
bro.
pour from an empty
Pause.
cup. Dang, I had to reflect to get the pause, and now I got the vision.
I had to hit you back with it.
You were waiting for it. You were watching the whole time. Like, when am I gonna pause this nigga? When am I gonna
I was
pause this
watching film. I was watching film.
nigga? Don't take it personal. I was just helping you out for the audience.
No, it's fine.
Iron sharpen iron. Pause.
Oh, they gonna love this. They
That
gonna
was
love
bad.
this.
That was bad. You could probably shave off the last 10 minutes.
I'm never saying iron sharp iron ever again after that. I got to come up with a new
No,
phrase.
no, 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 no. That's a scripture. You gotta leave that as is. You just gotta leave
That's what I'm saying. Come on now. No
it.
Diddy.
Should have.
I
Are you doing no Diddy now? It's a legend. It's a
Hey, that's for
legend.
the culture. For the culture.
It's a legend.
For the culture.
You gotta take this L.
Oh my God! Don't worry. You have to send this to my editor. You gonna have to. You're gonna go through this a
Yo,
little bit.
what is
I'll
happening?
tell them. I'm gonna tell them we have an extra 10 minutes in this.
Oh yeah. Stay if you dare.
Yeah.
Some people
Yeah.
gonna fast
So
forward to the last 10 minutes. They're gonna fast forward it. Like, all right, and
they
it's
gonna
gonna be
they gonna
completely out
bookmark
of
it.
context.
They gonna
Completely.
bookmark it.
No.
They gonna
Let me tell
bookmark
you
the last
something.
10
Let me explain. Let me explain.
minutes. Yo, anyways, man, I really do appreciate you taking your time and being on here.
No,
I
like
think you really hit it on the nail with your statement of I'm replaceable everywhere else, but at home I'm not. If there's anything that anybody takes away from this conversation, I think that's the one.
yeah.
Like that was a bar. That's the one. I think that's the one that really mentally I feel like truly sets the tone on how we approach everything that we do on a day-to-day basis, especially for somebody who probably really needs to hear
I hope so. I hope so. And if they don't do something with it, then it's their fault.
that. You're dead.
There's so there's so much inspiration out here. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
take something.
Take something, please. Where can people find you, bro?
Hashim Lafon on everything. Hashim Lafon on Instagram, TikTok. Hashim Lafon on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace. Uh,
Where can where can we
Black
get the
Planet. I was
where
Hashim the
can,
Fubu Kid.
where can we get the
Yo,
paintings?
hit me up on Black Planet. Yo, hit me up on mi gente. MySpace, follow me. Be my top friends on MySpace. Yo, hit me up.
Hey, they need to bring MySpace back, man. MySpace
Yo,
was a good time.
the paintings.
MySpace was a really good time.
Yo, Instagram.
MySpace was a really good
We won't be
time.
mad. We
These,
won't be mad if they came back. Just for
even if it's
nostalgia
just for
purposes.
us, even if it's just for us,
Yeah. Like
like I don't care about these kids.
yeah,
Just for us.
let me have my little music on there when you go there on my site.
Yes, yes.
I'm gonna sign up. Yeah, MySpace. BahashimLafon.com. Has him, emphasis on the him, because I'm really
There you
him.
go.
Lafon.com. um, yeah. So that's it.
Perfect.
I'll be out there.
Hey, man.
I'm not like hard to find. Like I don't think anybody's hard to find at this
No,
point. Yeah, the social media presence.
not at this point. I won't.
No.
No.
Yeah.
You gotta be really stupid.
Like yeah, like like hey man, where you been? Online.
Yeah.
Like
It's just go look at it.
just
It's there.
like everybody's
It's
Googleable
there.
at the same. That's why I always tell people like you better have a good like headshot. Everybody should have like a good picture because you
At
got
least
one.
one.
Because everybody's gonna Google you if they want to see if you're full of it or not.
Or use AI at this point. AI can give you a good picture. Like you have no excuse at this point.
I mean, you really want to be that guy? Yo, what would your AI picture? I'm just curious. Like, what would you type in to make it like? What kind of image would you? What kind of catfish image would you do if you generated an AI version of
I'll
you?
answer. I'll answer that one off the
No,
air.
no, no, no. I don't want to be responsible for this. For me, just me knowing this.
That's an off the air answer. That's
No.
off the air answer. Oh my God. Listen, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for everybody who tuned in
I
to another
appreciate you.
episode of Pops Culture, Legacy Leaders, Change the Man, Change Generations. Until the next time.